Hey everybody, my name is Dr. Scott Giacomucci. I'm a trauma therapist and educator in the Philadelphia area. And in this video, I wanted to talk about what is collective trauma. This is a term that's being used more and more nowadays. And I thought it'd be important to make a video just to introduce it and provide a general overview of collective trauma. So trauma is not always individual. Sometimes it's shared. Sometimes it's collective and communal. Collective trauma is simply a trauma that's experienced by an entire group of people, an entire community or culture or society. Some simple examples of collective trauma are genocide, slavery, colonization, wars, pandemics, natural disasters, racism, oppression, discrimination, religious persecution. These are all examples of collective trauma. Collective trauma is different than individual trauma in that the symptoms of collective trauma don't just show up individually. They don't just show up within an individual's mind and body, but they show up within the collective minds and bodies of the community and of society. That there can be this collective hyperarousal or this collective dissociation or this societal avoidance or this community re-experiencing and reenactment. It happens on a group and community and societal level rather than just an individual level. And collective trauma really can shape identity, can shape culture, it can shape society. Collective trauma is similar but different to intergenerational trauma, which is when the trauma gets passed down through generations, sometimes through epigenetics or cultural memory or family norms and values. Before we go any further in the video, I want to share a quick message with you. I want you to know that we see people heal from trauma every day, and we believe that this is possible for you too. No matter what you've been through or what you've experienced, there is hope for healing. And there are caring professionals that are able to help you. At the Phoenix Center for Experiential Trauma Therapy, we specialize in helping individuals move beyond trauma, grief, and difficult life experiences. We provide in-person therapy in Media, Pennsylvania, near Philadelphia, or online therapy for those in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware. We also offer online trauma recovery coaching and professional consultation for clients and professionals around the world. If we aren't a good fit for what you're looking for, we might be able to offer you some suggestions of other trusted colleagues that you could work with. You don't have to try to deal with the trauma or grief alone. Learn more about our services, fees, and therapists on our website, where you can also schedule a free intake call and start your trauma therapy or recovery coaching journey with us. All right, back to the video. Collective trauma can provoke a sense of collective grief and collective mistrust or collective anger. I want to read to you a short quote from a book on collective trauma by Thomas Hubble. He says that collective traumas distort social narratives, rupture national identities, and hinder the development of institutions, communities, and cultures. Just as personally experienced trauma has the power to disrupt the psychological development of a growing child. So when we think about the individual, the impact of trauma on an individual, we could use that as a parallel way of understanding the impact of collective trauma on collective groups of people. This also applies for organizational trauma as another form of collective trauma, and the organizational defense mechanisms and organizational trauma responses that emerge in organizations as a collective, as a group of people, in response to threats to the organization's survival. So healing from collective trauma can feel a bit more tricky than healing from individual trauma. Healing from collective trauma requires acknowledgement. It requires memorial. It requires truth-telling, rituals and community practices, collective healing and collective repair. Collective trauma is often caused by social injustice, and it requires justice and systemic change. When the trauma is collective, the healing can't be individual. It has to be communal. that if we're traumatized in groups and communities, our healing also has to come through groups and communities. So I hope that this short video provides a general overview of collective trauma and the ways that it can manifest and the most fitting way of thinking about healing from it. If you found this video useful, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel. Let us know in the comments about what you found helpful in the video, and check out some of the many other videos on the topic of trauma on our channel. Thanks.